I've started doing a bit more work on the camper this week. So for those of you that are new to the channel, I've been doing a Golf GTI 8 valve engine conversion on this van. Problem I've got at the moment is the manifold is too close to the chassis leg. Unfortunately, due to somebody else putting the engine in for me while I was getting on with other jobs, this modification wasn't made. This week I've dropped the engine back out the van and I've made the modification. This is what I've done. I've dropped the engine down out the way and I've chopped a lump out of that chassis leg and the bit of panel just above. I've welded that chassis leg back up and I've stepped it in to clear the manifold. I sealed it up and then I stone chipped it on both sides. With that modification now made, it was time to get the engine back in. So with the engine back in, something else I wanted to take a look at was the engine breather valve. So someone had very kindly snapped the engine breather valve, trying to put it back into the engine rocker cover. I've just had this replacement delivered. Unfortunately, when they snapped it, they've disposed of the other piece, the piece that's got the rubber grommet on that needs to go into the rocker. Yep, no rubber grommet there to push the breather valve into. Lovely. So I've now got one of them ordered and it's on its way. Something else that's going to slow the job up. But with the engine back in now, at least we can see that that manifold's clearing nicely. So on the positive side, that is another job done. Another job I'm about to do now is get cracked on and get an exhaust made. But before all that, something else I had delivered was of course a new fuel tank. So the old fuel tank was absolutely shot. I had no other alternative but to buy a new one. Now the most important thing with these tanks is the size of that pipe on the end there. So with it being a petrol injection, it needs a bigger pipe to get more fuel through. This is the old tank. Look at the state of that. It's absolutely shot, and so are most of the pipes on it. So to be honest, it was due a new tank anyway. Another job to do, swap the fuel sender over and replace all those pipes on the new tank and then get it fitted. So all that sand you can see on top of the tank is from when I blasted underneath the camper van when I restored it. So a lot of it has obviously got lodged up on the top of the tank. It's absolutely well shot, is that. I'm going to get it stripped down and then I'm going to scrap it. So I've got bashed on and I've got the new tank built up. I've just got to stone chip the underneath of the van and then that's ready to go in. I'll wax oil the top of the tank before it gets put in situ and I'll stone chip the underneath. Underneath the van is now being cleaned up and stone chipped, so I'm just got to wait for that to go off and the tank can then go in. I was checking out some of the pipework on the van last night and I noticed some tissue was bunged in a hole. I realised the hole was where this little device needed to go. So this is a crank angle position sensor, and by the state of that wiring, I don't know how the vehicle was running. I've now got a new one ordered and I'll get that fitted in the next video. Back to the pipe work. So this is going to be interesting as a lot of people are going to want to know how it's all piped up. So we'll start with the oil filter housing. So that housing there where the oil filter fastens up to needs to be undone and it needs to be turned. Now for this conversion you can use all pipes from the original diesel engine bar one that needs to be joined. For this first job you need to take the oil filter off, and I think it's a 27mm. You'll need a 27mm I think, and you'll undo a nut underneath that housing. You'll undo the pipes that go onto the side of it and then you'll turn it. This plastic three-way connector needs removing, and this pipe here wants connecting directly to the water pump. So you're basically doing away with that pipe that goes off to the right. This thermostat housing wants replacing because currently the one that's on it fouls the pipe. I've now replaced that housing with the one off the diesel engine, and as you can see that pipe now fits spot on. Another look again at how the thermostat housing looked as it came off the Golf. So make sure you replace that with the diesel engine one. A look now at those pipes all plumbed up. So there's just that one that goes onto the water pump that's going to need joining. That one there. Another job to do is to fasten the sump onto the gearbox. So this job you need to be really careful and make sure that you loosen off all of the bolts in the sump. So that's a bolt there that wants tightening and there's one above. But first make sure all these 10mm are all slackened off. If you don't slacken them off you can end up damaging the sump. If you like this ratchet, I'll pin a link in the comments so you can get one. It is a really good ratchet and it won't break the bank. So this is the upper bolt and I'm just going steady with it. Even though all those 10mm in the sump have been slackened off, it is bonded on. That's all good. So now all I've got to do is tighten up all the 10mm in the sump. Got the sump all tightened up, all the 10mm all tightened up and done. So next I thought I'd put that oil filter back on. I put a bit of oil on that rubber seal on the top and then I put it on hand tight. So that's it on the VW T25 this week. I've got loads done. You've already watched the video. I'm actually going to go in now and put the video together for you to watch that you've already watched, if you know what I mean. And then I'm going to come back out, I'm going to do a bit more ready to put another video together for you guys to watch. So I hope you've learned a lot from this video, and I hope it helps you with your GTI conversion. Not as simple as you may think, but I'm working lots of it out as I'm going along. So as I'm working it all out, I'm putting it together, and it'll be a lot easier for anyone that wants to do the conversion themselves. Just want to point out, when you go on one of the sites that sells a lot of the VW parts, I'm guessing you'll be able to work out which site I'm talking about sells all different bits and bobs for these VWs, the T25s, the Golfs, all of them, and it shows the kit for all the stuff to do this conversion. Well, most of the bits you won't need. It's telling you to replace this, replace that, and it's basically because you're building an engine, you put it in the vehicle, and they're getting you to replace everything as it's been built like it's brand new. Lots of you won't be bothered about that, but they are giving you lots of different things to replace, maybe water pump and various things like that you won't need, as you'll see in my video. Again, there's a kit there that they're showing you for the water pipes. You won't need the kit for the water pipes, as I've just shown you. You can do it with the pipes that you've already got. There's a pipe there that's going to need joining, or you might be able to get a pipe to replace it. I'm sure a lot of you can make one up. Anyway, yeah, that's about it. So any of you that fancy giving me a super like for all my hard work putting the video together to help you guys to do your GTI conversion, feel free to give me a super like. That's a donation towards the video that I put together. And for those of you that haven't yet subscribed to my channel, feel free to subscribe. It is free, and I'll see you in the next video.